Stoicism is one of the oldest and most influential philosophical schools in human history. Founded by Zeno of Citium in the 4th century BCE in Athens, this philosophy has traversed millennia, inspiring everyone from great Roman leaders to contemporary thinkers. But what makes Stoicism so enduring? Why does it still find relevance in a world so different from the one in which it arose? To understand this, we must delve deeply into its roots, principles, and practical application, both in antiquity and today. Origins of Stoicism, a philosophy born in crisis. Stoicism was born during a period of great change and instability in ancient Greece. With the fall of the Greek city-states and the rise of the Macedonian Empire under Alexander the Great, the world as the Greeks knew it was drastically altered. The political, social, and cultural structure that once seemed immutable was replaced by a new reality full of uncertainties. It was in this context that Zeno of Citium, a merchant of Phoenician origin who lost his fortune in a shipwreck, found a new purpose in Athens. Seeking answers to deal with life's adversities and uncertainties, Zeno began studying under various Athenian philosophers, including Crates the Cynic. Eventually, Zeno developed his own school of thought, teaching his followers in a stoa poikile, a painted colonnade, which ultimately gave the philosophy we know today as Stoicism its name. Fundamental principles of Stoicism. 1. Stoicism is based on 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. These virtues are seen as the pillars of a virtuous and happy life. Happiness, or eudaimonia, according to the Stoics, is not a state of momentary pleasure but a state of harmony with nature and reason. 2. Wisdom, Sophia. Stoic wisdom goes beyond theoretical knowledge. It is the ability to judge correctly what is good, bad, or indifferent. For the Stoics, true wisdom is living in accordance with the rational nature of the universe. 3. Justice, dikaiosine. Stoic, justice is not limited to human laws, but is understood as right reason applied to human behavior, that is, acting in accordance with virtue toward others. 4. Courage, Andrea. Courage for the Stoics is the ability to face suffering and fear, remaining true to ethical principles. It is the strength of spirit needed to endure adversity with dignity. 5. Temperance, Sophrosina. Temperance represents self-control, moderation in desires and passions. For the Stoics, controlling irrational impulses and desires is essential to living according to reason, the Stoic view of the universe and nature. One of Stoicism's central beliefs is that the universe is governed by a universal reason, or logos. This logos is the rational, ordering force that permeates everything, and living in accordance with it is the ultimate goal of human beings. The Stoics believe that everything that happens is a manifestation of this universal reason and therefore is necessary and good. This does not mean that all experiences are pleasant, but rather that they are part of a larger plan, which our reason can comprehend and accept. Nature, according to the Stoics, is not just the physical world, but also the moral order of the cosmos. Living in harmony with nature means living in accordance with this moral order, acting virtuously, and accepting events beyond our control. Stoicism in practice, the discipline of assent. One of Stoicism's central practices is the discipline of assent, which refers to controlling our emotional and cognitive responses to external events. The Stoics make a clear distinction between what is under our control, our thoughts, desires, and actions, and what is not, the body, reputation, wealth, etc. The key to tranquility, according to the Stoics, is focusing only on what we can control and accepting the rest with serenity. This practice was brilliantly exemplified by Epictetus, a slave who became one of the most influential Stoic philosophers. In his manual, Epictetus teaches that it is not things that disturb us, but the judgments we make about them. This principle is an invitation to examine and reframe our perceptions, freeing ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Stoicism and leadership, the figure of Marcus Aurelius. No discussion of Stoicism would be complete without mentioning Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor whose book, Meditations, has become one of the most read and respected works of Western philosophy. Written as a personal diary, Meditations was not intended for publication, but offers a deep insight into how Marcus Aurelius applied Stoic principles in his daily life and in his responsibilities as ruler of a vast empire. Marcus Aurelius faced enormous challenges during his reign: continuous wars, plagues, political betrayals, and personal losses. Yet he remained steadfast, using Stoicism as his guide. He believed that a leader's life should be dedicated to service, virtue, and constant self-improvement, and the improvement of the world around him. One of the most famous passages from Meditations states, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment." This quote encapsulates the essence of Stoicism, the inner power to shape our responses to external circumstances, maintaining serenity and righteousness. Contemporary relevance of Stoicism. Stoicism is not just an ancient philosophy confined to classical texts. Today it is experiencing a kind of renaissance, influencing everyone from CEOs and athletes to ordinary people seeking a more meaningful and resilient life. But what makes Stoicism so applicable in the modern world? 1. Resilience in times of crisis. In an era of global uncertainties, whether economic, political, or environmental, Stoicism offers a practical set of tools for maintaining calm and clarity amidst chaos. The practice of negative visualization, for example, where one imagines the worst possible scenario, prepares the mind to face adversities with less surprise and more acceptance. 2. Emotional control and positive mindset. The Stoic notion of focusing on what we can control and accepting what we cannot has been widely adopted in fields such as psychology, especially in cognitive behavioral approaches. This principle helps people develop a more positive mindset and reduce stress and anxiety. 3. Leadership and business ethics. In an increasingly competitive and volatile business world, Stoicism is often cited as a philosophy that promotes ethical and centered leadership. Leaders who follow Stoic principles are more likely to make value-based decisions and maintain integrity in times of crisis. 4. Simplicity and minimalism. The contemporary appeal of minimalism and the simplified lifestyle also resonates with Stoicism. The idea that less is more and that we should detach from excessive materialism is a central theme in Stoic philosophy, which preaches that true happiness lies not in material wealth, but in inner wealth. 5. Sustainable happiness. Stoicism teaches that happiness does not depend on external circumstances, but on how we react to them. In a world where the pursuit of immediate pleasure and constant gratification can lead to emptiness and dissatisfaction, Stoicism offers an alternative based on inner peace and contentment with what one has. Stoicism, a living legacy. Stoicism continues to be a source of wisdom for those who seek to live with more purpose, resilience, and virtue. It reminds us that despite external circumstances, we are always responsible for our actions and attitudes. In a world full of distractions and challenges, Stoicism offers a beacon of rationality and serenity. In practice, being Stoic today means being someone who faces life with calm acceptance, who seeks self-knowledge and constant improvement, and who sees adversity as an opportunity to grow. It is a philosophy of action and reflection, of peace and struggle, that continues to inspire millions around the world. As Seneca the Younger said, "Life is long if you know how to use it." Stoicism teaches us precisely how to do this, showing us that by living with virtue and rationality, we can find lasting meaning and happiness, no matter what life throws at us.